Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today, bringing you guys and gals my first impressions of the seasonal anime, Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. Whoa, man, I am on board. I am on this train. Not literally, because if I was on that train literally, I'd be dead in a heartbeat, all right? I'll be honest, I'll be the first motherfucker to go. But I am figuratively on that train, because this series, 2 episodes deep, I'm like, yes, I like it. You will see reviews starting with episode 3. Now, let me say this. When it comes to this series, the studio is Wit Studio, the same folks that did Attack on Titan, that did Surf of the End. In fact, the director of this anime, Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, I think is the same director that did the anime of Attack on Titan. I believe so. And when it comes to the network, it is going to be Fuji TV. Now, that being said, let me talk about the series in and of itself, because even though the series does seem to have a zombie-esque motif, a zombie-esque formula, there are a few things that I find very intriguing about not only the zombies themselves, but the setting itself. So, first of all, the setting, the plot, that kind of stuff. You have a setting in which it is industrial age Japan, but like just getting into the industrial age. In which you have things like steam trains that are just covered in iron and steel and whatnot. And then you have steam guns. And at the same time, you have like the giant Japanese feudal lord castles, and you have samurai and whatnot and whatnot. But the samurai, they use a combination of swords and those steam guns that fire projectiles. So basically, it looks like Japan going into the industrial age because they're using a lot of steam stuff. However, there was an issue where, in this case, there was actually an outbreak of some type of virus that basically turns people into zombies. But the zombies are called Kabane. And the Kabane are different compared to regular zombies, because the regular zombie just walks slowly, nothing big at all. And the Kabane, even though they are reanimated corpses, I think they operate on a high level of intelligence, or more so, there's like a hive mind there. Or perhaps it's more or less they retain more humanity compared to your average zombie. And the reason why I say that is because the Kabane, the things that they do are clearly above your average walking zombie. You have things like, for example, the Kabane wielding weapons. When a Kabane are in group and one Kabane is dead. So let's say a samurai with a steam gun shoots a Kabane in the face, and that Kabane dies. The other Kabane, they get mad, and they all start to swarm that attacker. Then, of course, it's ambush attacks. Then it is things like kamikaze attacks. The Kabane are very, very fascinating. And on top of that, when it comes to their physical features, they have like a cage of some kind protecting their heart. And their heart kind of glows fiery red. So when someone is bitten, one of the symptoms here is, along with a slow-moving purple like skin change, there's also like a fiery, somewhat magma, orange, reddish kind of vein that keeps on like moving across the body. And that keeps on traveling until it reaches the brain. And when it comes to the heart, again, the heart is protected by like some kind of cage that forms when the virus actually reaches that part of your body. It seems like a lot of Japan is infested by the Kabane. And this is where like the Attack on Titan stuff comes. Certain cities take upon themselves to isolate themselves from the rest of the world, either via moat or via giant wall, or the combination of both. And the only way to actually access these cities is to get on these giant like iron trains, which are called the Kotetsu Joes. And that's what they're called, Iron Fortress. So the Iron Fortresses are these giant steel trains, or iron trains, and like they just plow through the Kabane that are in their way. And when it comes to the cities, they have like these train pit stops where in which folks that are coming off and whatnot, they have to be examined and they have to be checked for any bite marks. And because the Kabane, they do attack the trains on the way to the destination. And when it comes to how the trains operate, they operate fully on steam, fully on water. So again, showing how the industrial age is clearly a part of this setting, but at the same time, it's like new industrial age Japan, like just getting into it. So now, that being said, let's talk about the plot. The plot, essentially, is the main city in episode 1, the city that we are in the story, Hayajiro, gets taken over by a swarm of Kabane that were on one of the Kotetsu Joes that was actually taken over by like the workers there, the samurai there, they're all taken over by the Kabane virus. And basically, when it comes to the folks that we follow now, they're on the Kotetsujo of that city. So they're on the Hayajiro Kotetsujo, and they're now going somewhere. But basically, the setting appears to be this train. And it looks like now the whole premise here of the story is to protect themselves and the folks on this train from the Kabane that they will, of course, encounter as they continue their journey to wherever they're going at this point in time. And on top of this, when it comes to the plot, it is also involving the main character, how the main character, he is someone who got bitten by a Kabane, but he's actually stopped the virus, and now he is in between a human and a Kabane known as a Kabaneri. Hence the actual title of the story, Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. So Kabaneri so in between human and Kabane in this giant steel train, which is again the Kotetsujo, the Iron Fortress. So let's talk about the characters in that sense. So we have the main character, Ikoma. Then we have the leading female character, Mume. Then we have another female character who was the daughter of the lord of the city that was destroyed, that was taken over by the Kabane. And the lord himself is actually dead. Or no, he's a Kabane. No, he is dead now because he got run over. And her name is Ayame. Ayame Yomogawa. Something like that, right? Then we have her samurai bodyguard. His name is Kurusu. And then we have the best friend of the main character. His name is Takumi. So those are the 5 characters right now that are focused. Now, when it comes to the main character, of course, the character that is the most focused on, he is ballsy. This guy has huge testicles, like elephant status testicles, man. This man is no joke. He has willpower. He has mental fortitude up to wazoo. He's not combat savvy at all, but he has the desire to truly beat the Kabane, to maintain courage, even in the insanity, even in the fear that is the Kabane. And then on top of that, he's an engineer, so I feel the man. I feels the man. He's an engineer who is designing weapons, or he has designed, I guess in this case, one weapon to actually pierce the cage of the Kabane surrounding their heart. And it looks like he has a past where which his sister, his sister I think it was, his sister got basically bitten by a Kabane. She got killed, and now she became a Kabane. So basically, it looks like his willpower stems from that, losing his sister because he couldn't save her, and now he has the willpower to maintain composure despite the chaotic environment that is the setting of this series. So this guy, I like this dude. This dude, again, he's not crazy combat savvy. He's not doing like, samurai shit, but the man has willpower, and I like that. I dig that. Because in a lot of cases, characters like that in a lot of series tend to be absolute bitches. He's not a bitch. He's the furthest thing from a bitch, all right? This dude, mad respect. Mad fucking respect. Mume, she is like a pseudo ninja. She also appears to be someone of like high rank. I'll probably say synonymous with Ayame, but I'm not too sure. She could be higher in rank. She was invited there by the former lord of the Hayajiro city before it was, overtaken. So what reason why, I'm not too sure. Her brother's always referenced, and there was some place that she has to go. So maybe they're going to that location, I'm not too sure, when it comes to the Kotetsujo that they're on right now. But either way, she is someone that appears to be of high rank to a certain degree. And when it comes to her personality, she's someone that is very upbeat, that is kind of mischievous because she does kind of skip out of meetings and whatnot. When it comes to her in combat, she's actually a very good fighter. It seems that she is very clear-minded while fighting, but that may be because she's very nonchalant in general, she's very lax in general. But at the end of the day, she's cool, she's chill, I do like her. And she's also a Kabaneri. So just like the main character, she is someone in between human and Kabane. And when it comes to being a Kabaneri, it looks like your strength is augmented as well as your senses. However, they do have symptoms on their body that displays the Kabane features. At least from the neck up, they're human, but when it comes to the rest of their body, they're pseudo Kabane. So at this point in time, that is what a Kabaneri is. Then when it comes to Ayame, she is someone that, she's a noble girl. At this point in time, she has no real significance, so it's kind of man, whatever. When it comes to Kurusu, he's clearly butting heads with the main character because he is, of course, a pseudo zombie, but The guy seems to have a lot of honor and respect, but his main duty here is to protect Ayame because she is his lord, essentially, now that the former lord got turned to a Kabane. Then we have Takumi, who of course sees his friend be like a pseudo Kabane and is freaked out about it, but at the same time, when it came to the moment where Ikoma, and episode 2 was beastly as fuck, man. Beastly as fuck with this dude. This dude, he gets shot by Kurusu off the train because, again, he has like a feature of the Kabane, which is the cage thing around his heart. So he gets shot off the train, basically. And as the train is stuck at the bridge, but because there's some Kabane body part blocking the locking mechanism, out comes Ikoma, the dude who was just shot. And he's taking out all of the Kabane on the ground around the train with his weapon that he created that can actually puncture, that can actually go through the cage protecting the heart of the Kabane. And so and by the way, one of the major features as well of the Kabaneri is that they can get bitten by a Kabane and they themselves won't turn into a Kabane. So you see Ikoma, he's getting bitten by the Kabane in a lot of places, but he himself is not, but the virus itself is actually stifled. It is no longer going to his brain. So he's fending them off and shit. He's just fighting them, and he pushes the lever to actually bring down the drawbridge so the Kotetsujo can leave. And as he's doing that, he's saying, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you all. And all the while, you've all these folks watching him. And he's like, I'm going to save you guys. And I'm going to show you guys that you guys made a big mistake. So when I'm dead, I'll be laughing in hell. And he's just like, and it was like, dude, like, yes. Yeah, I'm like, yes. Like, when I saw that shit, I'm like, yes, my nigga, I'm in. Like this dude. Fucking like this dude. I like this dude. Balls. Fucking balls. I'm gonna show you all. Now, you all made a big mistake. I'm gonna save you guys. And I'll be laughing in hell. I'm like, yeah, I got me hyped. Got me mad hyped. I was on board. I'm on. So, he gets saved by Mume and Takumi. And now episode 2 ends off with pretty much Mume revealing that, listen, I'm also someone that is like Ikoma. Ikoma's like me. We are Kabaneri. We are in between Kabane and human. We are in between zombie and human. So, yeah, shit got me hyped. Got me hyped. I'm on board. So, I will see you guys for episode 3 review, first impressions, episodes 1 and 2. I thought they were good, and I am looking forward to seeing how their story unfolds. So, King Lightning, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. If you haven't seen it yet, I suggest you check it out. Peace. Have a nice goddamned day. Yeah.